Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and to the final part of my Guinevere album. Now the Guinevere, if you've been following it, you'll already know it was a collaboration with CoolKatz crafts and they brought out the kit. So I'll link it the description below to the shop so you can have a look at where to get the kit to make the cover for this. And I've also got the playlist where I show you each and every page of the album. So this was my Savannah by Stamperia. This was Desire. And that's all we have left to do now is some of the finishing touches. So we need to get some photo mats to go inside each page. We've got a photo mat to go into our battering pockets. And I might show you a few other extra bits too. So let's put that aside. And let's start with this mat here. Now these are 5x7 photo mats which slide inside all of our pocket pages. So let's start off by cutting our black cardstock. So the photo mat, so that it fits nicely in, will measure 6 1/8 by 7 and 7.5. What was it again? 6 1/8. So I'm going to do the 6 1/8 first. By 7.5. There we are, that's the right size. And then our photo mats, so that we get a nice border, are going to be 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. So that gives you that extra 1/4 inch around. There we go. So that'll go on the top like so. And then we're going to bring in some of our scrap pieces that we have left over. And as long as it's 7 1/4 wide, it's up to you then how tall you want it. So by tall I mean that way. Here I've got a little black border in between. And this time I think I'm going to go right up to it. So it's just a bit of figuring out how much you want. So that's 5/8. So if I'd done half an inch, I'd get the black border. So half an inch, 5/8. Here we go. Let's just ink up my piece of paper, and you could ink up your photo mat as well if you wanted. And now it's just a case of gluing them on. So let's get the go. Let's just get an even black border there. Let's just, before I press it down, have a look. Yep, that seems fine. So I'm going to grab my Teflon tool and adhere it down. I'll just grab our patterned paper. And that is your photo mat done. But you can also then do, just add some extra detail like I have here, is take some, take up your pen, a nice roller ball, and just doodle. And what you do when you start to feel a bit wobbly, just stop, put a dot, a dash, and a dot. So you just go as far as you can, dot. This is where I stop talking and I start concentrating. So that's just going to add some added interest when the photo mat is blank, but also adds a nice border to your photo. And then it just simply goes inside your page. And then, of course, you could decorate the back, but I think it just gets a bit too thick then. So I just decorate one side, and you could put some tabs or something on the edge if you wanted something to pull them out. So that then is your page photo mats. So now we need to move to page 2. Right, we need to do our corset closure. So I want my string to fall down on this end, because if it comes this end, it's just going to get trapped and get squashed in there. So what's all I'm going to do is start my cord on the circle where I want my closure to finish. So we'll start and finish on this circle. So because I've already been round and I've squashed this down earlier, I've got those spaces to go there. And this is a 1mm wax cord or wax thread. And the wax really is good because it sort of melts and holds it together when you do your knots. Right, so let's make sure it's closed properly. I'm going to go around this one. So make sure you're going above that black folio circle that's stuck down. So you don't go underneath that, otherwise you're going to pop the whole closure off. There we go. And then go down. I don't want it too long, so I'm going to go there. And I've just prepared a couple of the perfect circle dies, just in 2 different sizes, black for the largest and then a smaller one out of the same decorative paper. And we're just going to do a little ribbon end just to finish it off nicely. So I'm just going to put some tape. And press it on. And then I'm going to take some glue onto the other one. And stick it down. So that's my corset closure finished there. Then that page is all done. I've been seeing if I can put some of those journal cards in there. This one's already had the magnet, and you can see they're dry now, those faux brads or the pearls. This has already had its magnet, so we're getting to here now. So we need another closure, so I'm going to want the string to fall this way, so we're going to start top left this time. So again, make sure you're in the correct space. So a couple of knots, cut it off. So this time I'm going to go and over. Longer one this time. And I just got two of those same circles. So tape on the first one and glue on the second. So that tape just holds it for now and holds it in place as it dries. But the glue is what will hold it in place. So there we go, our second corset closure. And now we've got to the end of our album, and we're just going to put a photo mat in here. So remember, there's space here for a 6x4 photo, which you can just stick straight on. Or if you've got the photo slot dies, the new photo slot 2, which cuts a photo mat with the stitched edge, you could stick that down so the person knows a photo can fit there. I'm also going to do some 6x4 photo places here. So this time our photo mat is going to be 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. So that's just 1/4 of an inch bigger than what my photo would be. And the length, put everything on top of my ruler now, it's going to be 7 1/4. So it'll be 6 1/2 by 7 1/4. So 6 1/2 by 7 1/4. And I'm going to take my corner rounder and have the large one cut there. So this is going to go here, and then the piece of paper is going to be a 5/8 by 6 1/4. Let's find some of our paper. So we've got this offcut piece here. So 6 1/4 tall. So same height as my photo mat. What did I say again? Let's measure twice. 2 5/8. So it's 2, 4/8 is 1/2, 5/8 is there. And let's take our medium one. So I've chosen this bright red offcut this time because the back of my Desire, or the back cover, has got that very pale music sheet. So I thought this red would just add a little bit of a pop. There we go. Let's glue this down. And the photo mat itself. It's got that little black gap this time. And I'm going to doodle. So yeah, again, I've gone silent. So the space inside then will still allow you to fit your 6x4 photos. Just keep the doodles nice and close to the edge. And then I would just repeat on the back. I've still got this one that would have tied in nicely on the back, because we would have had the music sheet then front and back. But this then, by having a totally contrasting one, highlights the bat wing there. So then, is there anything else we could add? You could do your bat wing tags and things to fit in, but inside here, because I had some large sheets left over, I've made an envelope pocket using my envelope punch board, which fits then 6x4 photos, just from a recent trip to Harry Potter Studios in London. Well, I can show you now that you can pop that inside your doodling. So, tell you what, whilst I was showing the envelope, I have got my envelope punch board nearby, so I'll show you how simple it is to make one of those, and we can maybe drop it into here. So this is the envelope punch board. Here's the scoring tool which comes with it, and it's quite self-explanatory because everything you need is on the board. So I want to make an envelope for a card, but it's a photo, which is 4x6. So I need to cut some paper at 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 and score at 3 3/8, which I'll come to in a second. So I've got this paper, which is quite nice because it's not directional, so we'll go for this one. So I need a piece 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. Off the cuff crafting now. 8 1/4, 8 1/4. So as I say, you don't want anything directional because you're actually working on diagonals. So this one is perfect either side, but we have got some text there. So I'm definitely going to use this side. My envelope punch board says for the 4x6, 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 and 3 3/8 for the score line. So on this bit, I'm going to go to 3 3/8. And punch the hole. Then inside here, you've got a channel, which you just score down. You can see it appears there. That's all the measuring you do. And then I turn it. And this diagonal line I've scored, I'm going to line up with this score guide here. There we go. Again, punch and score. You rotate, line it up with your score line, punch, rotate, and finally punch, rotate. And those are the 4 pieces that fell out. I can turn my board around. If I insert the corners this side, it's a corner rounder. And one more. So that's the punch board done its job. So I've got this diamond with my rectangle here for my 6x4 photos to fit inside. So I'm just going to fold this one back. Give it a fold. This one back. And this one here. And this one down. So I'm going to make it a nice slimline vertical one. So which way do I want it? Do I want it like that? More of the dark showing. Let's go for the dark showing. So I'm just going to grab my pencil, and with the 2 longer ones, fold it over. Do you know what? I'm going to go, yes, I do like it this way. I'm going to mark that V shape there and this V shape here. I can grab my scissors, jawline scissors, or just grab my trimmer. Okay, tuck yourself under. So I'm just lining it up and trimming off between those 2 lines. So you can now ink your edges if you want to highlight it a little bit more. And then just the 4 on the back or the front, depends which way around you want to put your envelope in. Okay, so let's reopen it. And it was that way we had it, wasn't it? Yep. I'm going to take my pencil, I'm just going to lightly draw a line where this trimmed one overlaps this one. And down that line, I'm going to add some tape. And then some glue up to that corner. So when I hold that down, bring that, it'll just stick there. And then on the bottom, so everything doesn't fall out, just along that V and glue it down. Just keep it too close to the edge. You don't want to cover the whole thing, otherwise you're going to seal your envelope shut. And that is your 6x4 envelope. You can add a closure then. I'm just going to leave it open so you can just put your photos in. So just adds a bit of extra interest because we had some pieces left over. So let's see where we can put this now. It can go inside, or you could even, actually be quite nice, in these long pockets, tucked over and tucked in. That could be a nice little feature. There we go. But the place I was thinking of was actually behind here. And that's all the pages complete. I think I'm happy with them. I'm just going to add something extra to the cover. I just think it was missing something. Now, on the CoolKatz website, you'll find some large wording dies. There's one for photographs and one for memories. So what I've done is cut 3 of this one, which is slightly larger than the other one. This one's got the embossed detail in there, so that's how you know the difference. So this is the shadow, and I cut 3 of them from black, and I cut 1 of the slimmer ones from my pattern paper with a contrasting colour to my cover. So the red, dark red, light coloured, and it's got all the musical notes. And it also had some of the ephemera pieces. So I've cut out the tango dancers, backed it onto black and trimmed it again. So we're going to put them there. So I have to be really careful about where I attach the glue, because I don't want to glue going on my acetate. But the acetate is dropped down, so it wouldn't be too bad. It wouldn't touch it. So let's have a look. If memories is going there, I'm going to put them. I want a bit of the acetate showing through. There we go. And now the memories part. So there we go, the cover. And that is Guinevere. Oh, don't worry, the glue I shouldn't have glued on the top there, but it'll dry clear. Oh, we could do another photo mat to go in there. I think on the original I just did, with the paper left over, a 7.5 by 5.5 with some 5 1/4 by 6, no, 7 1/4. A 1/4 inch bigger, and then a plain photo mat with the stitching again on the back, and just put it in. So if you've got some paper left over, you could do one to go in there, or you can just have it as a regular pocket. We've got our photo mats inside the pages. Just need to do 3 more of them for the other pages. Some nice 6x4 envelopes, a nice corset, and they slide out. Some plain pockets. Actually, that envelope, these envelope ones could also go in here and tuck in like that. Some more pockets, acetate front, some corset closure, folios, and extra pockets and photo mats at the end. So I hope you've enjoyed our trip through Guinevere. I really enjoyed this album, and I gotta say, I quite liked using this Desire. It's a very different paper kit for me. Very feminine, very floral, but I'm quite pleased with how it's turned out. If you've enjoyed the Guinevere series, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up and some comments below. It really does help for the channel to be noticed and to be seen and to grow. A big thank you to CoolKatz Crafts for helping me develop this project, and I'll be linking to their shop and their YouTube channel in the description below for you to go and have a look at their stuff as well. If you do have a go at Guinevere, please share with us on Facebook. I have my own group called Paper Crafting with Paul. You could just type Paper Crafting with Paul into the search engine, or in the description below you'll find a direct link. So just sign up and you'll see then other versions that other people have made, or how they've taken my ideas and added their own twist. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.